I got one question. This your girl. What you doing to her?
Mm, mm. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, first of all. Nah, actually, what the fuck? Nah, what the fuck, actually? This is crazy. But, yeah, I don't think my girl will ever do such a thing. But, again, if she does, I am an understanding person. But this kind of picture, yeah, the relationship is gone. We will be reacting to celebrity worship is somehow getting even more disgusting. Alright, let's check out the video. Let's see what happens.
Look, you think I'm pretty?
Of course.
You want some head? You want some head?
You want some head?
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Yes, you do. You know you do. What? I say you can find out though.
I can find out.
Hello?
No, but I'm saying I can't say that
Let's go.
in public.
But you can find out.
The fuck you mean you can find out though?
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
This is someone's daughter. This could be someone's sister. Worst of all, this could be someone's girlfriend. God forbid this is someone's mother. But it's crazy she's actually doing this in the midst of so many people. There's cameras on her, and she has the confidence to actually say this to Duke Dennis.
Look, no hands, I don't care.
I don't even really know what to say to something like that. Celebrity worship has always had place and space on this channel to be talked about. I think it's a very interesting topic as to how us as normal people, yes, I am still a normal person, goes above and beyond for people that we don't know. Could be some of the worst people in the world, could be some of the best people in the world, but at the end of the day, you have no clue who they are. I find this example from Duke Dennis to be so interesting because just a couple months ago, as he was outed for potentially having a bunch of baby mamas and babies running around the city and stuff like that, women and people were so adamant on the internet about this was good, this was great, that people were exposing Duke Dennis, that this would deter people from being his next victim in a baby mama fiasco. But there's something that people didn't factor in. The freaked out freakball woman who is obsessed with celebrities.
I give phenomenal head.
No, I don't doubt that, but I'm saying I can't say that.
Yo.
Oh my God, bro.
Yo.
Hell no.
That's a crazy thing to say right there. Dang.
You say you can find out though.
Huh?
I say you can find out though.
I can find out.
Yeah.
No, but I'm
Are you
saying
sure about that?
Let's go. But you can find out.
Digital footprint looking like it's got athlete's feet. It's so amazing how this person is so willing and able to do this while knowing that she's going to be on camera, while knowing that this is going to get clips, and while knowing that this has the potential to go viral. But does she give a damn? No. Does she care about any baby mama allegations that Duke Dennis got on his head? No. Because she can't even see clearly enough to not say these things on the internet.
Man, just imagine like this is what Duke Dennis experiences as an average dude. Like this is what he gets as an average dude. Like women moving like this with him is kind of crazy to think about for sure. Dang.
Literally takes Duke Dennis having to tell her that what you're doing is not right. You don't have to go about doing things this way. This isn't going to get you where you want to be in life. For her to kind of get some sort of clarity on the situation.
All right, listen. Never again.
Not loud. Not loud. Not loud. You're not gonna embarrass me.
I know I'm not listening.
He's not.
You're not gonna embarrass me? Huh?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
You already done that job already.
Gonna embarrass you?
Again, will you go to anybody?
Well, not. It's
Hold on,
not
hear
just
me out.
anybody.
I
You're not
know
just
that.
anybody, though.
But I know that. Hear me out though.
Duke, you gotta.
I know, but listen.
Duke,
Just hear me
you're
out
Duke.
though. But listen,
You're Duke Dennis.
just hear me out though.
Okay, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Listen, you hear?
Nah, this glaze, you're Duke. This glaze is crazy, yo. Imagine this girl has a boyfriend watching this. Like, what do you just break up with her at this point?
You ain't listening though.
Okay, I'm listening.
Look, never do that again.
You just touched my titty. I hope you know that.
No,
Oh my
never
god.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Never again. Alright? Keep that shit on the.
DL.
Yeah, don't nobody need to know what you working with
Right,
until they
but I
find
didn't
out
say it
what
to
you
nobody
working.
else.
I know. Until they find out what you working with, then that's when you feel me? Nice to meet you, though.
She doesn't really even care about what he has to say. We all know she doesn't care. But the fact that he had to do this, though, I mean, shit, it's a good thing he said something. But like, dang, is she gonna take his advice?
Her name is Armani, by the way.
Armani.
Armani.
Oh, I just shit. She never even like, dang, she never even told him her name, and she said all this.
Another added layer of embarrassment to that is she did all that without him even knowing her name. She had to introduce herself to him after she had
Mm.
said that his dick and balls could be at the back of her throat. I don't know how she thinks that that's okay. Where are her friends? Where are her parents? Now, there's something interesting to bring up in this specific dynamic here. I can't help but notice the genders in play here. Duke being a man, the young lady Armani, the one who is acknowledging that she can do two hands, no hands, one hand, which did Duke
Are you sure about that?
I think a lot of people would have found out. But the woman in question is indeed a woman. Now, there's something to be said about how women can sexualize male celebrities in a way that is totally normalized and totally acceptable to the general public. It's crazy because this isn't the first time that Duke Dennis has been sexualized like this, to a slap on the wrist as a punishment.
Josh or Duke?
Duke. I'm sucking Duke's butt and everything.
Now, while the person interviewing her had a mouth that was agape, and I definitely made my comments on it because that was strange at the time. I don't know why people think that that's okay. For the vast majority of people, they think that stuff like that is okay. Sexualizing male celebrities is perfectly normal. Something to do in public, something for, common folk to talk about on the internet. And there are a subsection of people that think these people are degenerate. But celebrity worship and the way that people view men as like sex objects that should not have their feelings considered has gone to extremes of extremes. Like, I can only think of two different instances where Meg Thee Stallion had a meet and greet and a man walked up to her and grabbed her buttocks and saw the reaction behind something like that. Versus
Bouncers are like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Of course, we have to understand that like sexualization of male celebrities is normalized because of the way society looks at men, and sexualization of women is like penalized because of again how society associates such guys. Most women don't even want to. Okay, let me not say it like that because most men also don't want to be sexualized. But um, it's a rare case, more rare case, right? It happens a lot, but most people feel it's rare for a man to get sexualized. But it does happen a lot, and I do feel like the reason why it's like that is also because of we have to blame the way men have made it seem like men have made it normal. Like if a man says I feel sexualized, people will be like, oh yeah, well that's normal. You're a pretty person. But if a man says I'm being sexualized, they're like, don't you like that? It's this kind of weird double standard thing that goes on in this world.
is the reaction for Chris Brown and this specific photo. Now, naturally, in the Meg Thee Stallion comments, people are coming to Meg's defense and saying that, hey, this is totally weird and disgusting. But in the Chris Brown one, those comments are for all this. And speaking disgusting, but in the Chris Brown one, those comments.
Let's just look at this real quick. My leg would have been on his shoulder and the other on his knee, respectfully. Chris Brown, give me hell. You've been singing about. Oh shit. I need this now. I mean, that's not too bad actually. I'm not gonna lie, but shit.
Are for all this. And speaking of the Chris Brown meet and greets, this is a perfect example as to why celebrity worship has gotten totally out of hand. Women are losing their minds left, right, and sideways for somebody who, for all intents and purposes, has a bunch of allegations and past history on his jacket. But
This is the thing that people don't understand is when it comes to celebrities being celebrities, no matter what you're doing, certain celebrities can get away with it. It's the idea of how people treat celebrities like gods or idols or whatever you want to call it. Yes, Chris Brown did all this to Rihanna. Yes, Chris Brown did this, but most girls they can't get over the fact that if they see Chris Brown, they're still going to scream. they're still gonna be like, some girls will probably even unfortunately want him to do this to them. And that's the fucked up world we live in.
These people, like in the Duke Dennis situation, similarly, not same allegations, are willing to get these things out of their mind, say whatever the case may be for these situations, just say fuck these situations totally, because they are enamored with somebody that they ultimately do not know, because they have some sort of talent. Willing to spend $1,000, $1,111 to be exact, to get a picture with somebody that you do not know, just for him to imitate taking your panties off or pretend as if he's the baby daddy in
I mean, you gotta also understand that like him making it so expensive makes these girls think I have to make this moment stand out, right? So they get really creative with what they want to do. If a girl is paying $1,700 to see Chris Brown, she has money to spend, so she's going to enjoy that moment, right? We're acting like if somebody is paying for this thing, they are broke. No, they have money for sure.
baby reveal type of situation. Those are pictures that you would take with the father of your child, not some sort of celebrity. Is totally insane. For some reason, people are willing and able to abandon all logic, wits, sense, and even common sense, hell, for their favorite celebrity. I've seen videos of the Chris Brown meet and greets and his stage performances with the different women that he has on stage. It looks nasty to me. Quickly, what separates Chris from like a Bonnie Blue in this situation? And not that I'm putting 100,000.
Okay, so let's quickly talk about that. So Bonnie Blue is a lady that basically was willing to sleep with 1,000 or more than 1,000 men. That's what was it, 24 hours or a week. Chris Brown is a celebrity that does music, knows how to dance, and he's been doing this for like decades. Or I won't say decades, but he's been doing this for years, right? And he's very popular, he's very famous, he knows how to dance, he knows how to sing. And some girls just think, I just want that guy. That's what fame does. Bonnie Blue is famous, right? But she's famous for sleeping with men. Chris Brown is famous for knowing how to sing, knowing how to dance, to being successful, having fame, having charisma, having a sex appeal that for women. It's a different case. I think he should have used a different celebrity because it's like using a porn star and using a musician. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, let's keep on watching.
1,000% of the blame on Chris Brown here. He does hold some blame because he does play into these sexualized situations and conversations, but that'll never be justification for if something goes bad on one of these tours. But as somebody who is a willing participant in the debauchery, are you not thinking about your own health, safety, and well-being? Like, I'm not even saying inherently he's dirty, but if he did this for 40 shows before your show, are you checking any sort of tests? Like, there's nobody thinking properly here. This person could be mouth burning. And nothing wrong with being mouth burning, but hey, let me protect myself at least. I shouldn't just be doing this just because it's my favorite celebrity. So let me get this straight. People throw away their public image and their public appearance for these celebrities. People throw away their health, safety, and well-being for
One thing we're not talking about is most of the celebrities that do these things, the world tour, basically most of them, that's how they make the majority of their money. That's how they make the highest percentage of their money. And then if you think about it, if Chris Brown says one of his tickets costs, let's say 3,000, the nearest one to him, 3,000, 4,000, there are certain women that will pay because they are thinking I could have a moment with Chris Brown on the stage. And it's that idea, it's like a jackpot in a casino. You want that jackpot and you'll probably put yourself in the best position to win it. Whether you win it or not doesn't matter, but the chance to win it is what most of these women are probably thinking about. So he's just making bank out of these people at the end of the day.
these celebrities. And I would hope that this isn't the case, but I'm willing to be wrong. They're willing to throw away their relationships for their celebrities. Now, we've
Oh,
all
for
had these
sure.
conversations at the lunch table. What if your girl was at the Chris Brown concert?
I got one question. This your girl. What you doing to her?
Mm, mm. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, first of all. Nah, actually, what the fuck? Nah, what the fuck, actually? This is crazy. But yeah, I don't think my girl will ever do such a thing. But again, if she does, I am an understanding person. But this kind of picture, yeah, the relationship is gone. the relationship is gone because she's gonna tell all her friends, all the people, even the boyfriend about this picture. Yeah, I'm shit. That's good.
You staying or leaving?
Leave,
A
leave
tale
it.
as old as time. What happens if you get pulled up onto the stage with a Glorilla, with a Cardi B, with a Meg Thee Stallion, and they twerk the life out of you? Maybe that's the closest way that I can make it for the men in this conversation, because I don't think we're allowing any of those women to choke us.
Here's the thing. Choking? No. The other things though. Shit. The other things though.
Perfect.
I ain't gonna stop most of them. Shit. Who has a most guys won't.
Maybe if that's what you're into, but they wouldn't even do that. But that was always supposed to stay a lunchroom hypothetical, you know, group chat talk, things to talk about at a party or whatever the case may be. Something for the hee-hees and the ha-has. But when it becomes real life and people are putting their real life relationships on the lines for celebrities, that's where the line gets drawn.
This girl took a picture with Chris Brown at Chris Brown's meet and greet, and her boyfriend ends up breaking up with her. Let's see the boyfriend's response. He finally responded.
Well, I'm the boyfriend, but of course I broke up with her. But she don't want to mention that she was cheating before we even ran into this problem. The Chris Brown.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Even if she was cheating, and again, it makes sense if she was cheating. A girl moving like this likely is cheating. But these are the signs. These are the signs. You're supposed to be like, get out. I'm done. No, end of relationship. Get out of my house.
Brown thing was the icing on the cake. And as far as Chris Brown go, these light skinned, you know what? I'm a Shania.
Are you sure about
Do
that?
not get on the internet and try to act like, oh, you
Are
don't
you
need
sure
me.
about that?
You don't need me. You needed me when you moved to my house. You needed me when
I'm just wondering where she got the money to pay Chris Brown because if she got it from this dude, dang, that's crazy.
I had to co-sign on a car for you. You needed me then, but then you go meet Chris Brown, and I broke up with your cheating ass. And the main reason that I broke up with you is because you've been cheating. This Chris Brown thing is
If I was in this dude's situation, I wouldn't even say shit. Just mind my business, keep going. You don't the more you talk, the more you say stuff, it makes you look like because what is there to say? Just say she was cheating. Tweet it, say she was cheating. That's all. Bang. I don't talk too much.
just some extra bullshit that I've been dealing with since I met you.
At that point, you just don't give a damn about anything that goes on in your life. Not only are you willing to risk your relationship ultimately for it to end, but now you don't even got a home. You homeless and you about to be carless. You don't even have a car no more. You put a good man out to the curb for one night of pleasure, and not even pleasure because I don't think Chris Brown smashed you.
No,
It
Chris
was
Brown
just a
probably
simple
didn't
picture.
smash.
It
No.
wasn't like this other guy who had his girl being humped on stage by Chris Brown. But you just did that for a picture.
Man, this is like some crazy shit, man. So all some boys are going through. Dang, but hopefully that's not his girl actually. Like hope he's not actually his girl, but shit.
With Chris Brown, an embarrassing one at that. Why can't they just take regular pictures and potentially hold hands, throw up a peace sign, you know, Black Power fist, even just a simple hug? Why do they have to go over the top because of this celebrity that they're so infatuated with? And when we talk about going over the top, it's one thing to have a one night experience going to see a celebrity and getting a little carried away in the audience, shouting the name, throwing the underwear, etc., etc. I probably wouldn't pick that underwear up because I don't know where it's being used from, but nonetheless, that's one thing. But dedicating your
Yeah.
whole 180-day classroom to this specific artist seems to be a little over the top. I know a lot of y'all saw the Chris Brown classroom from last week, and it honestly rubbed me the wrong way. I could only think of it from the perspective of if I was a parent and I walked into this classroom, whether it be math, science, social studies, history, whatever the case may be, and this teacher had the lights dimmed, purple string lights going all these Chris Brown albums on the wall, calling it the Lit Lounge, and playing Chris Brown's Take You Down while my kids are trying to learn at 8 in the morning. She said the classroom was overstuffed as well. So do y'all know what that looks like? Do y'all know what it is like to be at a classroom with 40 people listening to Take You Down by Chris Brown? Mind you, there was a dance that went with this song that is totally inappropriate for kids. So just put yourself in the frame of mind of walking into the classroom and hearing, I wanna take you down, I really wanna take you down, show you what I'm about, can I take you
Hey, yo,
down?
what the fuck?
Isn't that just the strangest thing to see? Whether you be a teacher or whether you be a
I didn't want to see that. What, like,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
student, I would be concerned like hell. Hell, it's no wonder that America is lagging behind when it comes to education. Students are more worried about Chris Brown because the teachers are more worried about Chris Brown and the damn education system as opposed to the actual education.
So
oh, that's
I just
crazy.
seen a TikTok from a teacher named Miss Leggett who got a Chris Brown theme classroom, English classroom, not even a music classroom, just theming her classroom with Chris Brown, which is a known abuser. Whether you like the fact he's a known abuser, whether you believe it or not, he's a known abuser. And then had Tory Bricks, Rich the Kid's baby mama fiance, call in to wish the kids the best, and then you calling it the Lit Lounge? What is Speedy be saying? Have we strayed? What are we doing?
Not the many poets, not the many essayists, not the many writers that we have in American history who could and should potentially be looked up to. No, you have a celebrity on the wall. You have celebrities calling into your classroom. You have a lit lounge. There's some studies out there that show that being addicted to celebrities, creating these stan accounts, being parasocial with them, you know, just being overall obsessed and worshiping these celebrities is a sign of low intelligence. And based off of what's going on in politics today, mainstream media today, hell, non-mainstream media today, the internet culture as a whole today, we can see that there are a lot of low intelligence people who have an unnecessary allegiance to a bunch of different celebrities. And you would think that it would change because what seems to be on a weekly or at least monthly basis in 2025 is
I know it's crazy. Some people don't have a reason to like some of the celebrities. They just like them because they're famous. They don't have a single reason. He's famous. He has money. He looks good. He's tall. Like, again, most people don't even watch Duke Dennis streams and they're glazing him because he looks good. It's crazy when you think about these things.
is that some celebrity that somebody loved is being outed for being some sort of bad person, but that's not really changing anything. These people don't give a damn about that. I wonder what it would take for these people to actually, you know, champion people in their fields, people that are actually beneficial to their lives and don't just give them that entertainment factor. But until then, we're going to have classrooms themed like this, people taking their panties off at meet and greets like that, and women saying that they are ready, willing, and able to suck Duke Dennis's meat slab on film. That's just so crazy.
But you can find out. Look, no hands, I don't care.
All right. That's the end of the video. Like, comment what you would like me to react to next. Hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.